Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Time, Movie of the Week. This week's Movie of the Week was Selma. I have been on a path to try to see all these good movies that came out last year. And I'm happy I'm doing this. I'm happy I'm doing this because you get gems like this, Selma. Selma to me was, I've never been a fan of biopics, however you want to say it. I've never been a fan of them. Just something about them, it's kind of like you already know what the end result is. But I feel like this one did a good job with what it was trying to do. This film didn't try to spell out in the entirety of Martin Luther King's life. What it did was it took a short little point of it and it talked about some of the accomplishments that they were able to accomplish, him as well as the rest of the people in the civil rights movement. This movie definitely, man, struck a chord inside of me. It's not many movies do this to me. You know, you gotta be tough, right? But this movie definitely did when there's a specific scene in there the first time they cross the bridge, and it's like, wow, I'm flabbergasted as of a couple reasons. And one, because of the brutality of everything that happened back then. It just reminds you of how terrible blacks had it back then. As well as other people of other races as well. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's something that should never happen. And it reminds me of what's going on now. I mean, we have pretty much the same thing going on in different cities across the United States. Ferguson, to name one, Baltimore, you got all these riots going on right now. It's terrible that these things are happening based off of perception or a reality of a racial divide between whites and blacks and police and blacks, and it sucks. I hate it. I come from a neighborhood, a town that we don't have many blacks and we don't have many whites. I'm one of the few whites here in town, and I know that I'm gonna get a lot of laughs and people are gonna think I'm stupid, but no, I am the minority here in this town. I am the minority. I don't know what it's like to be around white people. I don't have any white friends except for a couple people that are like half white like myself but look white on the outside. So it's a little weird for me to understand that completely because I only see this side of it from this town. But it struck a chord in me. It's very strong what happens, and it moves you. It moved me, and it made me stay glued to the screen with what was going on in the story. And I really enjoyed it. There were certain characters that really jumped off the screen at you. And in that scene on the bridge, there was one in particular. John Lewis, I think it was his name, not the actor, the character. He actually went on to serve in Congress, and he's become a very accomplished person. But the actor that played this character, this real life person, he really like jumped off the page, off the screen to me. Something about what he did in this film. He stood up to people even of his own organization to make sure that he didn't lose out on being part of this movement. He helped this movement, and he tried to make them see like, hey, this isn't about us versus them, our organization versus their organization. We need to work together, and it was something about him. He was very charismatic. He did a really great job, and I appreciate what that actor did. He did a great job of bringing that guy to life. Overall, Daniel Oyelowo, he did a great job as Martin Luther King. He really spoke, and he sounded and he felt like Martin Luther King. From everything I've heard, like I've heard audio versions of Martin Luther King's speeches before when I was younger, and he reminded me exactly of Martin Luther King. The cadence, the tone, the high points of where his voice carried, the octaves. I really enjoyed it. The movie was well acted. The dialogue was good. So the acting was well done. The cinematography was good. Lighting was good. I liked how they changed some of the lighting effects in this film to make it feel more of that time period, the 60s time period. I definitely enjoyed that antique type of filter, that Instagram filter. It was a good thing they did with the lighting. I really enjoyed that. Actually, I really enjoyed the costumes in this, the wardrobe in this film. They were all, every suit looked top notch. I was like, wow, I wish I could dress like that. I mean, nowadays to dress like that, you're talking lots of money. Back then it was a little more attainable, it seems. That was great. It really brought me into the time period with all these suits, with all these types of clothing. It was really cool. I really liked it. I have nothing but good things to say about this film. I would definitely recommend that you guys go and watch this film. It's in Redbox right now. It was definitely worth my rent, and it's something that I want to go back to and see again, and give myself some time to, you know, back away from it a little bit, maybe learn a little bit more about that time period and what Martin Luther King did. But the fact that it makes me want to go back to it, makes me want to learn more about that time period and what happened. That, to me, like with some of the other films that I've watched recently, when a film makes you feel that way, I think it's done a good job and it's done what it's supposed to do, and it's a good film. This one, like I said, I don't have anything negative to say. The only thing negative I can say is because they did a good job, the white characters in there, the ones that were doing the bad things, really made me angry, which was good though, because that's what they're trying to do. So I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's a positive becomes a negative becomes a positive. I truly do think that this is one of the best films of last year. I think that the actors did a great job in it, and I really enjoyed my time with this film. So that's it for Movie Time's Movie of the Week segment this week. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments, questions, suggestions in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the film Selma. Did it hit you as hard as it hit me? Did you guys enjoy it, or did you dislike it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a great conversation this week, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.